bookmarked, so
yeah. Bookmark that. Oh yeah. Yeah, that will be on Summer Jam screen at some point.
You're damn right.
But I definitely felt like he was shooting at us.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? With that one, whatever the case may be. Probably even a troll account from him, whatever. But you know what I mean? We're gonna get to that a little bit, that guy in a little bit anyway today. But let's talk about this new evidence in the Pooh Shiesty case, bro. I don't know if you know, but it ain't looking good for Pooh Shiesty. First and foremost, they got more evidence. I'll put them on the screen here.
Yeah.
Showing, Big 30, showing them signing the contract, showing them with DRACOs and Gucci Mane in the background. They're also going even deeper. They have text messages also. They're pretty much saying that Pooh Shiesty is the leader of a set of Crips, but they call themselves allegedly the Chopper Gang, and he has over 100 members, and he's the leader. And at any point in time, he could give, orders for people to move. Now, they got a particular set of text messages that they put out saying, man, that show Pooh Shiesty saying that he needs 3 soldiers. He used another word, right? I think he's put like 30s or 6 of them. He said he needed drivers. He going to run up on Guap or WAP. People popped up and they was ready to do it. Obviously, after that, we seen this dumbass dude, Big 30, right, records the shit. I don't know if he's going to put it on the internet later, but he recorded it. The feds have that. The feds have the text messages of him setting up this, I don't know if you want to call it a robbery. It's a definite extortion attempt.
Shakedown, yeah.
Right. They have the contract as well. And they're pretty much saying they're not going to let this guy out because he's a monster and he got 100 triggermen at his beck and call whenever he's ready. Also, further, they said that he shot at least two people in Memphis. Now, I've been following this young man because I like his music for a while, and I know that he's been beefing with a lot of people in the city. One group in particular he was beefing with. I don't know if you remember when he put out Back in Blood with Dirk.
Okay, I don't follow his music the way you do.
Okay. Well, it was a particular group in the city from North Memphis, right? I was following all this shit.
Yeah.
That they put like a remix out of it because supposedly Back in Blood was about them. So those two factions have been going back and forth. Bodies have been dropping, and the one guy, I think his name is EBG Jizzle and shit. One rapping dude, he was a street dude that turned rapper. I think he's locked up for murder now. So it's a whole crazy thing going on in Memphis, just like it is everywhere else. But they're making him the leader, which makes me think that they're gonna try to bring a RICO or something later on. But with the information that you have now, this is all out there. The pictures, the videos, the text messages are there. What's your thoughts?
It almost makes you go. You kind of hope that some of these young rappers that live in certain environments can kind of find a level of success and find their way out of that bullshit. But the reality of the situation is some of them don't want to. They want to be the rapper and the gangster at the same time. In some instances, being the gangster is even more popular than being the rapper is, and being clean and getting on the straight and narrow. Nah, they become rappers so that they can intensify and big up their gang and their status in that gang even more. And this is what is seemingly Pooh Shiesty was trying to do. And then it also goes to a point where it's like, damn talent, damn potential, damn the upside of what could be. Some niggas are who they are, right? And unfortunately, you're looking at a situation where this very talented rapper, there's only a couple roads to lead down. It's either going to be life in prison, or you're going to murder somebody and furthermore get life in prison, or somebody's going to get you, because none of these kids and none of these dudes are bulletproof as much as they think they are. I'm sure that there's plenty of motherfuckers proud of going into a box thought that they were bulletproof and nothing can ever happen to them. So what I think about it is, I don't think that dude will ever set foot on free ground ever again, if you ask me. Now, I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But when I looked at some of the people that were being released, and then people were talking about, Pooh Shiesty could be, he might be found in. No, I feel when I start seeing people start to get out and get free, I'm like, people are talking, people are running their mouth.
It's
and
funny
now
you say that.
They're starting to bring up a case where it looks like a situation is going to go. They're all going to start pointing at this dude. They got the big fish. They're going to sit there and manipulate all these little fish to point at that big fish, and this dude will never see the light of day again. I even seen something about Gucci Mane's bodyguard being afraid and talk to the judge about not wanting him released because he's got threats to his family and things, and he's scared and things like that. So at the end of the day, man, I don't think this dude's ever going to get out. I think a lot of the people that he rolled with are going to start rolling on him. You know what I mean? These text messages are dumb as shit. I don't know. I know none of us read the terms and conditions on our iPhone when we hit OK and stuff. But if you think that they can't retrieve information off that phone,
He talking about a group message, bro. He put a group message like we doing business.
you don't even need a snitch. They gonna pull that shit. And then you grabbing videos so y'all can watch it later like y'all on some Menace to Society type shit and laugh and gloat about it, or throw it on the internet, which would be even dumber. But you think they don't have access to that? You're stupid. My daughter was on the phone on the FaceTime, right, with her friend, and her phone shut down the conversation and sent an alert to her mom and I saying that there may have been some type of suggestive type of information or subjective images being shown. So we had to shut down the phone because we don't know what was being seen. Little girls being little girls, nothing was happening.
Right.
But I say that to say they got control over all this shit.
Oh, yeah.
So if you think you're getting something off on your phone, you are crazy. Because if they want it, they're going to get it. So it just highlights how dumb all of this shit is. And if you, like, just to kind of sum it up, I don't think kids gonna see the light of day again. Man.
Yeah, now we got a little more insight on the dispute, right? So Ball Alert puts this out, right? They put the Pooh Shiesty federal case is now doubling as a crash course in music business power. The alleged paperwork at the center of the case was not just a simple request to leave 1017. Prosecutors say it went from straight assets, artists fight for years, control of masters, intellectual property, and approval rights. Prosecutors say the alleged release form would have let Shiesty immediately terminate his deal with 1017 and given him ownership of his masters and intellectual property. The paperwork also allegedly tried to move 1017's approval rights with Atlantic Records directly to Shiesty as his sole discretion, right? So yeah.
Try to hit him with a hostile takeover.
Yeah, and it's like, motherfucker, are you serious? Like this is the epitome of ungrateful. This dude took you out of the slums of Memphis, of South Memphis, the slums, where guys was trying to fucking take your head off and put you in a record. Now you got talent. I'm not saying it was all, but he reached out to you. He brought you out of that shit, and you continued in the shit. And now you want, like, dog, he had to shelf you for all these years while you was in prison for robbing niggas when you a millionaire. And now you want him to immediately, you got the nerve to go get your goons, make him sign a contract? He got to be the dumbest motherfucking person ever in this world, dog. Do it on camera. Group text messages where you pretty much say, I need some riders that's going to ride with me. I got this car. He talked about the cars they had. They talked about what they was going to do with that. The dumbass nigga recorded it, Big 30. That's crazy. And then here's the crazy part. You alluded to this, and Whack 100 was talking about this too, saying, man, he was saying, it's funny, ironic how now the father got out, and now Big 30 got out. Whack 100 was insinuating that they're going to cooperate with authorities. That's because, like, think about it. Like, if you say, fuck you, feds, they're not going to be like, all right, fuck you, I'm going to let your ass sit up in there.
Yeah.
If you start cooperating, I don't know. I'm just saying what Whack 100 said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But just getting more details. We kind of knew, like, all right, so you're going to, like, fuck him, fuck all, what he invested. I'm sure he invested money in you. Fuck him. Nah, dog, it don't work like that. And now you're going to see, right, that your actions is going to cost you probably 25 years in the federal penitentiary. The federal, and it's like you already a federal halfway in, halfway out. They're going to smoke this kid, dog. They're going to make an example. Like you say, he might not ever get out again. Until he might be fucking 60 years old before he's eligible for parole. So what do you think about the more information coming about the contract and him wanting immediate release?
It's idiotic. Okay, you want an immediate release and all of that stuff. I guess if you want to go in there and throw up guns, you try to get all you can get. But then you trying to take over his whole entity and take over his stake in Atlantic Records, and you're trying to be the CEO and the mass. That's a hostile takeover. That's on some other type shit. And it's very weird. It's almost like it seems like this was going to happen regardless. It seemed like Pooh Shiesty had it in his mind to never be loyal and never kind of ride out this contract. It was always going to come to a point where this type of situation was going to happen, whether he got locked up, whether he felt like he was shelved, it felt like he was done wrong. This is the mentality of this dude, and this was going to happen regardless. And this is why I also say, as hard as it is to say, some people are going to be who they are. And this motherfucker is a ruthless gangster individual who never wanted to separate the business from the gangster shit, always kind of wanted to bleed in both of them and kind of do both of them at the same time. And now his stupidity, because he refused to get out of that lifestyle and just do the business the right way, is going to cost him his life. And if you ask me, I don't know how loyal the two individuals who were released out of prison are to him. And I don't.
That's his daddy, one of them, which already supposedly he already got a paperwork on him. Supposedly, allegedly, he already been telling. Word on the street.
I mean, he let him right into that fire, right? He let him right into the slaughter, right?
Absolutely.
So it wouldn't surprise me if he's going to try to take himself out of there and just point it all on his boy. Clearly, didn't care about his boy anyway. To have him walk into that bullshit thinking that it was just going to go away squeaky clean. You're out of your mind. This ain't 96, my nigga. This is 2026. Everything is on file. Everything. So, I mean, just because somebody don't take the stand don't mean they're not cooperating. They can get a deal to where they don't have to take the stand, but they can go ahead and point all in these directions and make sure that they can uncover all of these holes to just further their investigation and indictment and make it stronger and stronger to get this dude out the way. Meanwhile, they walking free. Hell, they might even run their mouth. I wasn't on the stand. I wasn't this. I wasn't there, but that don't mean you wasn't cooperating. If they were all in that situation together in that moment of time, and some of them got released, and you ain't asking why, you watching the wrong TV show, dog. There's a reason. There's a reason. And I don't know what that reason is. I'm not going to say, but if you ask me, somebody's cooperating.
And I heard a couple cats, man, like kind of like saying, like, egging Pooh Shiesty on, like, nah, that's how you know, like, yo, that's like, I respect, I'll say this, I respect anybody who's going to stand by a code. I respect if you're going to be a street guy and you're not going to snitch and all that, and you, fine, just know what the consequences are going to come. And once you decide to say, all right, we're going to take this shit to guns, you know what come with that. So don't start running your mouth and shit and trying to get deals and all that, because you know, once you decided to put the guns, you again, don't tell me that they expected to rob this guy, make him sign a release, probably go make songs and brag about it, and expect him not to do nothing.
All right.
Don't tell me that, dog. People calling WAP a rat and this, that, and the third. At what point do we move on from the streets?
Would they rather have Gucci say, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to go with 10 of my goons, and I'm going to spray up everybody and shoot Pooh Shiesty, shoot his dad.
They would rather that.
If there was kids in the house, kill him too.
They don't care.
Kill a mom. That would give him more respect on the street, right? That's crazy.
But again, the streets, look, that shit don't, anybody, 100% of the dudes in prison wish they didn't do what they did. 100%, man. Look, if I know dude violated, he did this, but I wish I wouldn't have did this. And I could guarantee you that. I don't care what happened to them, man. I wish I would have did it a different way. All of them say that. None of them was like, man, fuck that. I had to kill that motherfucker. You might have exceptions and shit. But again, most people's like, damn, man, I crashed out on some dumb shit. I had money. I had cars. I had women. I had chains. I had everything. Even if he was taking, it was a discrepancy with the contract, I'm still living, dog. At some point, I'm only 20-something years old. I'll be able to get my release. I'll be able to do my own thing. But you decided to take it to the streets. Now you're going to be a federal inmate with a number. You're going to be known by a number for at least the next 20 years.
But the internet will have the utmost respect for you.
Hey.
I wonder what that's going to pay. That ain't going to get you no money. That ain't going to get you no pussy. That ain't going to get you no freedom. You're going to be in there with a bunch of niggas trying to turn you out 15, 16 years down the road. When you living in there, your name ain't going to matter. The career's done. People are going to forget about you. And you're going to sit back and ask yourself, what the fuck did I do this for?
And these are the conversations like you would have with your son. Your son, let's say if your son and my son was signed, son, I already know, look, I want to do it with you, son. But look, we ain't going to do it this way. This is how we're going to move. Because if you decide to go this way, with or without me, this is the consequences. This is what fathers is for. Nah, we ain't doing it that way. I know, yeah, he doing some bullshit. I know, yeah. But hold on, we're going to move this way.
Yep.
And that's what a father, or even an OG, or a good friend.
Yep.
Nah, dog, we ain't moving that way. Look, we good, bro. We got 2, 3, 4, 5 million. We'll be all right.
Yep. If I was a dad and I felt like my son was being disrespected and something had to get done, I'm going to get my shit dirty. And I'm going to keep his clean. And I always told my son, and I told him straight up, listen, he's a good kid. I ain't got to worry about it, thank God. But you ever find yourself in some shit, some real shit.
Oh, yeah.
You need to always keep it 1,000 with me, dog. Keep it 1,000 with me, and we will work this shit out. And if I had to take a rap for my boy, or something had to go down, and I had to get my hands dirty to keep his clean,
oh, yeah.
so be it.
So be it.
So be it.
So
He
be
let
it.
his kid into the slaughter.
Yeah.
Which kind of shows me a lot about who he is too. And I don't know much about the man. I'm not gonna sit back and act like I know exactly who he is. But that alone, as a father and as a man, you leading your son into that bullshit and recording it and leaving all these type of paper trails. What kind of gangster leaves paper trails? You want to live on a code and against this code, but you got phones out. But you tech giving information. You half-assing code. So it don't.
The same type of nigga that make a song about killing a dude he killed last week.
Yeah.
These new age young kids. Same
wild.
thing. Yeah, it's wild, bro. Definitely wild. Something else is wild.